Every day, Milo wandered through the ancient forest, searching for food. Most days were exactly the same. A few berries, a handful of mushrooms, fresh water from a quiet stream. It was a simple life, and Milo loved every moment of it. But one ordinary morning, everything changed. Because hidden beneath the roots of an old tree was a secret that had been waiting for hundreds of years. And the moment Milo found it, someone else started watching. As the first rays of sunlight slipped through the towering trees, the forest slowly came alive. Birds greeted the morning with cheerful songs. Butterflies floated from flower to flower. A gentle breeze carried the sweet scent of pine and wildflowers through the air. In the middle of it all walked a young white cat named Milo. His emerald green scarf fluttered softly behind him as he strolled along a narrow forest path. A small leather satchel rested across his shoulder, and a brass compass bounced gently against his chest with every step. Milo wasn't searching for treasure. He wasn't chasing adventure. He was simply looking for breakfast. He smiled at a family of rabbits nibbling on fresh grass. High above, a squirrel waved from the branch of a giant oak tree. Milo waved back with a grin. Everyone in the forest knew him, not because he was the strongest or the fastest, but because he was always willing to help. If someone was lost, Milo helped them find the way home. If a bird's nest had fallen, Milo carefully placed it back where it belonged. Kindness had become part of who he was. And although he didn't know it yet, that kindness was about to lead him towards the greatest adventure of his life. The morning sun climbed a little higher into the sky as Milo wandered deeper into the forest. He stopped beside a patch of blueberry bushes. Only a few berries remained. Someone had already been there before him. "Looks like I'm late today," Milo laughed quietly. He picked a couple of berries and tucked them into a satchel. A little farther ahead, he spotted a cluster of mushrooms growing beside a fallen log. Perfect, just enough for lunch. As he reached down to collect them, something caught his attention. The old oak tree nearby looked different. Its enormous roots stretched across the forest floor like giant twisting fingers. Most trees blended naturally into the landscape, but this one stood alone, almost as if it had been guarding something. Milo tilted his head. That's strange. For a moment, everything became unusually quiet. Even the birds stopped singing. The wind disappeared. The entire forest seemed to hold its breath. Milo slowly walked towards the ancient tree. The ground beneath its roots wasn't smooth. It looked uneven, like someone had disturbed the soil long ago. His curiosity took over. Maybe a squirrel buried some nuts, he whispered with a smile. He knelt beside the roots and gently brushed away the loose dirt with one paw. Nothing. He dug a little deeper. Still nothing. Then, tap. His paw touched something hard. Milo froze. That definitely wasn't a rock. Carefully, very carefully, Milo cleared away more soil. Little by little, an old corner of weathered leather appeared beneath the earth. His heart began to race. What is this? He gently pulled it free. Dust drifted into the morning light. It wasn't a box. It wasn't a book. It was an ancient map. The leather had faded with age, yet strange golden markings still shimmered across its surface. Symbols unlike anything Milo had ever seen curled around mountains, rivers, and forests drawn in delicate ink. Across the top, 4 words were written in elegant golden letters: The Forgotten Kingdom. Milo stared in amazement. A forgotten kingdom? He carefully unfolded the map. The moment it opened, the symbols began to glow. Soft golden light spread across the page. Tiny sparkling particles floated into the air like glowing fireflies. The brass compass hanging around Milo's neck suddenly began to spin on its own, round and round and round. A cool breeze swept in the clearing. Leaves circled around him. The forest no longer felt quiet. It felt awake. Milo looked around. No one was there, or so he thought. Hidden behind a wall of thick green bushes, a pair of sharp amber eyes watched every movement. The mysterious fox had finally found what he had been searching for all these years. And now, he wasn't about to let a little white cat keep it.
Milo gently rolled the ancient map back up. His heart was still racing. He had never seen anything like it. The glowing symbols, the spinning compass, the words, "The Forgotten Kingdom," none of it made any sense. But one thing was certain: this map wanted to be found. He carefully placed it inside his satchel and looked around one last time. The forest had become quiet again. "So, where does this lead?" he whispered, Just then, the brass compass around his neck stopped spinning. Its needle pointed in one direction, north, almost as if it already knew the way. Milo smiled. I guess we're going on an adventure. Without another thought, he followed the compass deeper into the forest. He had no idea. Someone was following him. Hidden behind thick ferns and ancient trees, the fox moved silently through the shadows. His name was Rowan. Unlike Milo, Rowan wasn't exploring out of curiosity. He had spent years searching for stories about the Forgotten Kingdom. Most animals believed it was only a legend. Rowan never did. He had searched caves, climbed mountains, crossed rivers, and every trail had ended the same way. Nothing. Until today. The map he had spent years looking for had been found by accident. His amber eyes never left Milo. This time, he whispered to himself, I won't lose it. The forest slowly began to change. The familiar trees disappeared behind Milo as he stepped into places he had never seen before. Towering mushrooms glowed softly beneath giant ferns. Crystal clear streams reflected shimmering patches of sunlight. Colorful birds with bright blue feathers flew overhead before disappearing into the treetops. Every step felt like entering another world. The compass continued pointing forward. Sometimes the map glowed brighter, almost as if it were guiding him. Hours passed, yet Milo never felt tired. Instead, his excitement only grew. Along the way, he noticed strange stone markers rising from the ground. Each one carried the same glowing symbol that appeared on the map. He reached out and gently touched one. The symbol lit up for just a second, then faded away. What are you trying to tell me? Suddenly, a small family of squirrels rushed across the path. Instead of running away, they stopped and looked toward the trees behind Milo. Their tiny faces seemed nervous. One squirrel let out a quick warning chirp before they all disappeared into the branches. Milo turned around. Nothing, just trees. He smiled to himself. I guess they saw something. Then he continued walking. Far behind him, Rowan stepped out from behind a large tree. He glanced at the glowing stone marker. So, he murmured, the legends were true. His pace quickened. He was getting closer. Late that afternoon, the narrow forest trail ended at a small clearing. A fallen tree blocked the path ahead. Milo climbed onto the log, preparing to cross. Then, a voice echoed through the trees. That's far enough. Milo stopped. Slowly, a red fox stepped out from the shadows. His reddish fur gleamed beneath the afternoon sunlight. His sharp amber eyes stayed fixed on Milo's satchel. You've got something that belongs to me. Milo blinked. I don't think we've met. We haven't, but you're carrying my map. Milo gently rested one paw on the satchel. I found it beneath an old oak tree. Rowan took another step closer. I've spent years searching for it. Then why didn't you find it? The fox smiled. Because fate decided you would. For a brief moment, neither of them spoke. The forest became silent once again. Finally, Rowan broke the silence. Give me the map. Milo looked down at the satchel, then back at the fox. He wasn't angry. He wasn't afraid. He simply asked, if this kingdom is real, why do you want to find it? Rowan hesitated. For the first time, his confident expression faded. Then he quietly answered, because legends say it holds the greatest treasure the world has ever known. Milo looked at the glowing compass around his neck. Something deep inside told him, this adventure wasn't about treasure. Not anymore. He tightened the strap of his satchel and smiled politely. I'm sorry, but I think the map should decide where it wants to go. For a second, Rowan almost laughed. You really are brave. Then his smile disappeared. Or incredibly foolish. The fox stepped aside, allowing Milo to pass. Go ahead. I'll see you again. Milo nodded respectfully before continuing down the trail. Only after he disappeared into the trees did Rowan quietly follow, keeping just enough distance, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Because one way or another, he was determined to reach the Forgotten Kingdom. His heart beat a little faster. It's okay, he whispered to himself. One step at a time. Slowly, carefully. He reached the middle of the bridge. Behind him, a familiar voice broke the silence. You could have waited. Milo turned. Rowan stood at the entrance of the bridge. I figured you'd still be following me, Milo said with a small smile. I'm following the map, not you. Rowan stepped onto the bridge. The old ropes stretched under their combined weight. The bridge swayed from side to side. Neither of them noticed. One of the support ropes had begun to unravel. Suddenly, snap, one of the bridge ropes broke with a loud crack. The bridge lurched violently. Wooden planks shattered beneath Rowan's feet. The fox lost his balance. His paws slipped. For one terrifying moment, he disappeared through the broken boards. Then, his claws caught the edge of the bridge. Below him, the roaring river rushed past. Rowan struggled to pull himself up. but the broken wood crumbled beneath his weight. His eyes filled with fear. Milo! Without thinking, Milo dropped the satchel containing the ancient map. He threw himself onto the bridge. Grabbing one of the ropes with one paw, he reached down with the other. Take my paw. Rowan hesitated. If you help me, you'll lose the map. Milo shook his head. I can always find another map. I can't find another friend. For the first time, Rowan looked completely speechless. Slowly, he reached up. Their paws met. Milo pulled with all his strength. The bridge groaned loudly. One more plank snapped beneath them, but Milo didn't let go. With one final effort, he pulled Rowan safely back onto the bridge. Both of them lay there for a moment, breathing heavily. Neither said a word. Finally, Rowan looked toward Milo. You knew I wanted to steal the map. I did. You still saved me. Milo smiled. Because everyone deserves a second chance. The fox lowered his head. No one had ever shown him kindness like that before. Something inside him quietly began to change. The bridge eventually settled. Together, Milo and Rowan crossed the remaining distance. This time, side by side. As they entered the forest once more, the compass suddenly began glowing brighter than ever before. The ancient map inside Milo's satchel shimmered with golden light. The trees slowly parted, and there, standing before them, were two enormous stone gates. They stretched higher than the tallest trees. Ancient vines climbed across weathered stone. Strange glowing symbols covered every surface, the same symbols that appeared on the map. Milo carefully removed the ancient map from his satchel. The moment he held it toward the gates, the golden markings on the map began to shine. The runes carved into the stone answered with a brilliant light of their own. A deep rumble echoed through the valley. The ground trembled beneath their paws. Slowly, the massive gates began to open. Warm golden light poured through the narrow opening. Milo and Rowan stared in complete silence. Beyond the gates, hidden from the world for countless generations, stood an incredible kingdom. Crystal towers sparkled beneath the evening sky. Waterfalls flowed into rivers so clear they reflected every color of the sunset. Ancient trees glowed softly with silver leaves. Floating lights drifted peacefully through the air like tiny stars. It was more beautiful than either of them had ever imagined. Milo smiled with wonder. So, the Forgotten Kingdom was real. Rowan looked around, unable to hide his amazement. I spent years searching for this place, and it was here all along. Together, they stepped through the gates. Neither of them realized their greatest discovery wasn't waiting inside because of gold. It was waiting to change who they would become.